Hello, welcome to the bonus lesson. The name of the lesson is Understanding the Note. So what is the note? People call it a promissory note or just a note. I talked to my colleague and my other realtor and loan agent. We talk about the note. We don't say promissory notes. It's too long. But it's the same thing. So promissory note or a note is the same. What is the definition? A note or promissory note is a document between a lender and the borrower. In the document, the borrower promised to pay back the loan to the lender according to the loan terms and agreement. So we will read the promissory note together so you don't get so scared. It's actually very simple, but I just want to walk you through it. And I want to show you where do you want to find the important information, which part you want to pay attention to. When will you see a promissory note? You only see it when you sign your final loan documents. When you sit in front of the notary and sign the loan document, that where the notary will show you the promissory note, and you will need to sign at the bottom of the note because you agree to pay back, and you promise to pay back to the lender the loan that you borrow. Okay, let's look at the next page that will show the promissory notes. And I think I will need to look up here so it's easier for me to read because it's so hard for me to read in the laptop. So we see at the top, you see N-O-T-E, that's the note, right? That's the name of the document. And you see the date that the document was issued. This document was issued on September 2nd of 2021. And on the other side of the note, you see the loan number, and underneath there is a property address, but it was white out, so you only see California or something, city and stuff like that. So on the very first paragraph, you see right away, borrowers promise to pay. You see that? Right at the top, it's telling you this document, the borrower is promised to pay. In return for a loan that I have received, I promise to pay $330,000 plus interest. Remember, we talked about the loan amount in the previous lesson. In the closing disclosure in the settlement statement, the loan amount is $330,000. So the borrower borrowed $330,000 loan. Now she is promising to pay back to the lender $330,000 plus interest. Okay, the lender is, and then Funding Corporation, California Corporation, just the name of the lender. So the first paragraph just saying the borrower promised to pay the lender named Funding Corporation $330,000 with interest. Okay, that's the first paragraph. Looking at the next paragraph, the borrower said, I will make all payments under this note in the form of cash, checks, or money order. That's it. I understand that the lender may transfer this note. That means the lender have the right to sell the note to other investor. See that? I understand that the lender may transfer this note. The lender or anyone who takes this note by transfer and who is entitled to receive payments under this note is called the note holder. For example, if Funding Corporation sell this note to Bank of America, then Bank of America become the note holder, and the borrower will pay to Bank of America, not to the Funding Corporation. Okay. Now, item number 2, interest. Now we talk about interest. Interest will be charged on unpaid principal until the full amount of principal has been paid. Interest will be charged on unpaid principal until the principal has been paid. Okay, so when the loan just beginning, the principal amount is $330,000. After 10 years, the principal might be $210,000, because after 10 years, because every month when you make your monthly mortgage payment, you pay both principal and interest. But the first 10 years, you pay more for the interest, less for the principal, because the principal is so big. So you see the bigger interest, and because your monthly mortgage payment is a fixed amount, and in this fixed amount, part of it is interest, part of it is principal. But when the principal amount is huge, the interest is big. And after 10 years, the principal reduced to, for example, to $210,000. From $330,000 principal go down to $210,000. The principal reduced by over $100,000. So your interest will be reducing. You see that? Your interest will be reducing, and then your principal will be increasing. The same fixed monthly mortgage payment, but the longer you keep the loan, the more interest, the more principal you will pay to the loan, and the less interest you pay to the loan. So you see, like the last few years of the terms of the loan, you will see yourself paying most of your mortgage will be paying most toward the principal, very little to the interest, because the principal go down so small. Okay? Continuing, I will pay interest as a yearly rate of 4.375. So you will pay, this is the interest rate that the borrower is locking in. So every loan have a rate that they lock in, and the rate that locked in is 4.375. So in this note, you see detail of what is the interest rate. And in this case, with the loan amount of $330,000, the rate is 4.375%. So you see all the things that I do yellow highlighted mean very important number you want to read. So the first number is $330,000 loan amount that the borrower will have to pay back. And then the second number is the interest rate, 4.375%. The interest rate required by this section 2 is the rate I will pay both before and after any default described in section 6B, or 6B later on of the note. Okay, now go to item number 3, payments, times and place of payment. I will pay principal and interest by making a payment every month. So every month, a borrower will pay a mortgage payment which include principal and interest. I will make my monthly payment on the first day of each month beginning November 1st of 2021. So in the settlement statement lesson, we talk about the transaction was complete in September, and the borrower will have to pay her first mortgage payment in November 1st. And here you go, it's shown in the note. See that? The first day of each month beginning on November 1st, 2021. Okay, now I will continue reading this paragraph. I will make these payments every month until I have paid all of the principal and interest and any other charges described below that I may own under this note. Each monthly payment will be applied as of its scheduled due date and will be applied to interest before principal. If on October 1st, 2051, I still own amount under this note, I will pay those amount in full on that date, which is called the maturity date. So because this is a 30-year fixed loan, and the first payment is November 1st, 2021, the last payment is October 1st, 2051. And by October 1st, 2051, if the borrowers still own the amount of any amount, she will have to pay off that amount at that point, because October 1st, 2051 is the maturity date. Okay? Now, going to section B of item number 3, amount of monthly payment. My monthly payment will be in the amount of $1,647.64. So under this document, beside the loan amount $330,000, you see the interest rate that the borrower locked in for 30-year fixed, and the term, like how long she has to pay off this loan. So she have until October 1st of 2051. And also we see her monthly mortgage payment is $1,647.64, and this is a fixed amount. So every month the borrower see herself paying $1,647.64 to the lender. In that amount, it includes principal and interest. Okay? Borrower right to repay. So right here it said, see attached repayment note addendum. So it doesn't say in this note what is the prepayment penalty or what, but it said we have to read the addendum. So we're gonna go look for the addendum. We want to know what happened in there. Now, next page. How come this one doesn't go? Can you change this to the next page? That one. Okay, the next page. Thank you. Over here, it's not the prepayment penalty, but the next page talk about the late charge. Late charge or overdue payment. If the note holder has not received full amount of any monthly payment by the end of 15 calendar days after the date it is due, I will pay late charge to the note holder. The amount of the charge will be 5% of my overdue payment of principal and interest. So this is not the prepayment penalty. This is the late charge fee. So if, for example, the first mortgage payment is November 1st, 2021, and by November 15, and if that day the lender doesn't receive the mortgage payment, the lender will charge the late fee to the borrower. And it's 5% of the mortgage amount. It's a lot, okay? The rest are very generic. I encourage you to read it by yourself, but it's not that important. I will skip the rest and go to the next page. The next page will be just the borrower will have to sign to agree to make the payment, to promise to pay back the lender. Now we are looking for the addendum. The next page is prepayment penalty note addendum. Remember in the previous page, in the prepay section, they asked us to go look for the addendum, and now we find the addendum. Addendum say prepayment penalty note addendum. And in this document, it have loan number, date, and borrowers, okay? And in here, I'm going to read it fast. This prepayment addendum to notes is made this second day of September 2021. It just said that when this document was created, okay? I will skip all the way to the yellow shaded color, because the rest are very generic. So I go directly to where I want to show you. You have to look for the information that tell you something. You don't want to read the generic information, but you have to go through it, because I read this like so many times. I know where to spot the information, but I recommend you to, because you don't read them a lot, you read line by line, but I want to show you what important. So in here, I read it to you. If within 48 months from the date of the security instrument is executed, I make a full prepayment or one of more partial prepayment, meaning if the borrower paying off the mortgage within 48 months means 4 years. Then she have to pay she will have to pay a penalty. Okay, I will show you how the penalty created in the next page. But this loan, when I created this loan for my client, we know in advance that my client choose to do a 4-year prepayment penalty. Why? Because she want to have lower interest rate. By the way, this is the no-doc loans. No-doc loans, and she locked in a rate of 4.375% for 30-year fixed. And this is a very good interest rate, very good loans, because she choose to do 4-year prepayment penalty. That means she have to keep this loan for 4 years, starting from November 1st, 2021, and she have to keep it for 4 years. If she pay off the loan within 4 years, she have to pay penalty. If she sell the home within 4 years, she have to pay penalty. If she refinance within 4 years, she have to pay penalty. I will show you how much penalty she had to pay on the next page. Next page, please. Okay, so you see right here, if paid during the first year from the date. So, okay, it doesn't say the date, but it say if she paid off the loan in the first year, she will have to pay 4% penalty, 4% of the loan amount, 4% of 330,000. So 1% of 330,000 is 3,300. Let me do the calculation. So 4% of 330,000 is how much? 3,300 is 1%. 4% is $13,200. So if my client sees either sell her home or refinance or pay off her loan in the first year with it in 2022, she had to pay penalty of $13,200. If she keep the loan for 2 years and then she pay it off, or she sell it, or she refinance, how much she had to pay penalty? 303,000 times 3%. It's 9,900 penalty. You see that? Do you see the pattern? So if she pay off within the first year, she paid 3% of 4% of the loan amount for penalty, which is 13,200. If she keep the loan for 2 years and she decide to pay it off or to sell the property or to refinance, she will pay $9,900 for penalty. If she keep the loan for 3 years and then at that 3 years she just want to sell it, then how much penalty does she have to pay? 2% of the loan amount, it is $6,600. So if she pay off her loan in the 3rd year, or refinance it or sell the home, she have to pay $6,600 penalty for the lender. If she keep the loan until the 4th year, but it's not done, the 4th year not over yet, it's still in the 4th year, and she sell the home or she refinance or she pay off the loan, her prepayment penalty is 1% of 330,000, which is $3,300. So this is really important, and the lender of course make the borrower to sign this document so that when she pay off her loan earlier, she had to pay penalty. So that is all about reading notes, and that's a very important document. You don't want to miss this document. You really want to read your notes. For every loan you do, you want to read it so you know your terms, your agreement, and what you sign into. If you sign this document and you forget and you refinance within 1 year, you are paying $13,200 for prepayment penalty, and that is not fun. So I hope that I share with you what I know, and I hope you learned so much. And again, thank you so much for taking the class. I wish you well. I wish you successful in anything you do, especially in real estate investment. From now on, I guarantee you, you feel much more confidence and comfortable when you sit in front of a stack of loan documents or real estate transaction. You are not afraid, no more. You're not afraid to look at them anymore. You know exactly what document you want to read. So when you are at the signing table, you look for the settlement statement to read it, and you look for the note to read it. You see that? When you read the settlement statement, you know exactly how much you pay for the lender, for the title, for everyone involved in the transaction, and why you have to pay for it. And then when you read the note, you find out all the terms and the condition about your loan, your mortgage. So you know what you need to do, you prepare. And I look forward to see you in other classes, because I will create more classes for you who want to learn more about real estate, and I look forward to see you in there. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, we will create classes in Vietnamese also. So if you have friends who speak Vietnamese, we have classes for them. It's going to be very easy for people who only speak Vietnamese to learn. So tell your friend I have the Vietnamese courses for them. Thank you so much, and talk to you in the next class. See you in the next class. Or I have a lot of free video on YouTube. Go and find me. Thank you. Bye-bye.